The execution of Jeffrey Hutchinson. On May 1, 2025, the state of Florida executed Jeffrey Hutchinson. The execution took place at Florida State Prison near Starke. Hutchinson was convicted of the 1998 shotgun murders of Renee Flaherty and her 3 young children. This marked the 4th execution in Florida this year. Hutchinson, a 62-year-old Gulf War veteran, spent decades on death row. His case ignited debates about mental health, military service, and capital punishment. Do you have a like and subscribe? Leave a comment. The victims were Renee Flaherty, Hutchinson's 32-year-old girlfriend. Her children, Geoffrey, age 9, Amanda, age 7, and Logan, age 4, also perished. The brutal crime occurred at their home in Crestview, Florida. The events leading to the murders began with an argument between Hutchinson and Flaherty. Following the argument, Hutchinson packed his belongings and several guns. He then went to a local bar. A chilling 911 call placed by Hutchinson himself reported, "I just shot my family." Authorities arrived to find Hutchinson in the garage with gunshot residue on his hands. A shotgun lay on the kitchen counter. The victims were discovered in the master bedroom. Each had been shot at close range. Geoffrey, the eldest child, was determined to be the last victim. Hutchinson's trial commenced in 2001. He pleaded not guilty. His defense team presented a controversial claim. 2 unknown men committed the murders. The jury rejected this defense. Hutchinson was convicted on 4 counts of first-degree murder. He received a life sentence for the murder of Renee Flaherty. For the murders of Geoffrey, Amanda, and Logan, Hutchinson was sentenced to death. These sentences set the stage for years of appeals and legal challenges. The focus of these challenges centered on Hutchinson's mental state. Hutchinson's appeals heavily emphasized mental health issues. These issues, his lawyers argued, stemmed directly from his military service in the Gulf War. They claimed his Gulf War experience was a significant mitigating factor. Attorneys repeatedly sought to delay the execution. Their argument rested on the claim that Hutchinson was legally insane. They asserted he lacked the mental capacity to understand his punishment. A judge ultimately rejected this argument. The court found Hutchinson competent to be executed. This decision followed extensive testimony and evaluation. Hutchinson had been diagnosed with Gulf War syndrome. Defense experts testified about his delusional disorder and post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD. These conditions, they argued, significantly impaired his judgment and understanding. State experts presented conflicting opinions. They argued against the claims of mental incompetence. They maintained Hutchinson understood the nature of his crimes and his impending execution. Judge Kola ultimately determined Hutchinson was sane and competent to be executed. This ruling cleared the way for the execution to proceed. It also intensified the debate surrounding the case. Throughout the legal proceedings, Hutchinson maintained his innocence. He claimed a U.S. government conspiracy was behind the murders. This conspiracy, he alleged, aimed to silence his activism. His activism focused on the illnesses suffered by Gulf War veterans. Hutchinson believed the government would execute an innocent man. This, he claimed, would conceal a larger cover-up. These claims added another layer of complexity to an already tragic case. They fueled further controversy and public debate. They also highlighted the deep-seated distrust some veterans feel towards the government. The execution took place at Florida State Prison near Starke. The method of execution was lethal injection. Hutchinson had no last statement to offer. Witnesses reported he appeared to be mumbling to himself. Observers also noted body spasms during the procedure. He was pronounced dead at 8:15 p.m. The U.S. Supreme Court rejected a final appeal just hours before the execution. Hutchinson's last meal consisted of salmon, mahi-mahi, asparagus, a baked potato, and iced tea. This final meal marked the end of a long legal battle. The execution brought a measure of justice for the victim's family. Wesley Elmore, Renee Flaherty's brother, and his brother Darren witnessed the execution. Their presence underscored the enduring pain caused by Hutchinson's actions. Wesley Elmore stated he does not believe he will find closure with the execution. He described his sister as a tomboy and a source of emotional support. He mourned the milestones the children would never reach. Elmore found justice in the execution, but not closure. His words highlighted the limitations of the legal system in addressing profound grief. The execution offered accountability, but not necessarily healing. This case highlights the complexities of mental health issues in veterans. It raises critical questions about the long-term effects of military service. It also underscores the need for comprehensive mental health support for those who serve. The case also raises questions about the death penalty and mental competency. The debate over Hutchinson's mental state intensified the discussion. It forced a re-examination of the standards for executing individuals with mental illness. Maria de Liberato, a vocal opponent of the death penalty, questioned Hutchinson's competency to be executed. Her concerns reflected a broader ethical debate. This debate centers on the morality of executing individuals with impaired mental capacity.